Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're going into the world of play-to-earn reward apps. You've seen them, right? Apps like Playzo that promise easy money for playing, simple dice games or puzzles. So, okay, let's get right into it. If the promise is this easy cash, what's the real cost of chasing it? Our sources were pretty clear. The cost is, well, it's massive. Gaming fraud now makes up 10.9% of all digital fraud.
And that number is it's alarming. It tells you that if you're playing one of these earning games, you are statistically more likely to be dealing with fraud than in almost any other digital space.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's not an accident. The whole setup, the daily check-ins, the lucky offers, that's all just, misdirection. Security researchers are very clear. These aren't buggy apps. They are engineered from the ground up to be data harvesting tools.
Hold on, 10.9%. I mean, aren't the big app stores supposed to be protecting us from this stuff? Where's that breaking down?
Well, it breaks down because the design itself is fraudulent, not just faulty. If you look at research from firms like Dr. Webb, they show exactly how it works. These apps are basically built to just constantly send your user info to remote servers.
While you're playing.
While you're playing, and while they're forcing you to watch an endless cycle of ads. The goal isn't for you to win. It's to maximize their ad impressions and, well, minimize any payout to you.
And the scale of this is what really gets me. It's not just one developer, is it?
Not at all. Researchers found 3 totally different apps, different names, different interfaces, all sending user data to the exact same server address.
So it's one operator running multiple fronts.
Exactly. One big centralized operation. And that allows them to build in these mechanisms that guarantee you can't cash out. It's systematic.
So what do those mechanisms look like?
Think about an app called Very Dice. Users reported needing, say, 2,000 tickets for a $5 Amazon card. Okay, maybe that's doable. But as soon as they got close, the requirement would suddenly jump to 67,500 tickets.
That's not just moving the goalposts. That's launching them into another galaxy. It just feels so deliberate.
It is. Or there's the freezing tactic. Players see their earnings climb toward, say, a $200 payout, and then it just freezes permanently, stuck at $99.98 forever.
The reward is designed to always be just out of reach.
And if all else fails, they just ban you. We saw reports of multiple apps that automatically ban an account the second a withdrawal request is submitted. There was never any intention to pay.
So after all that, what is the actual dollar cost for a user who sinks hours into this?
Well, one investigator we read about tested dozens of these. He played for hours and hours. His total payout, exactly one payment, for $2.80.
$2.80.
Yeah. He calculated he would have made, exponentially more money flipping burgers for that same amount of time. You're not earning. You're just generating ad revenue for them. Your time is the product.
And this brings us to the bigger picture, right? The lack of any real regulation here.
It's a huge enabler. The app stores are they're struggling to keep up. Our sources describe Google's reporting system as convoluted, hard to use.
Right.
And even when games are reported, they can stay up for weeks.
And who is falling for these? Because it seems so obvious from the outside.
That's the thing. It's not always who you'd think. Our sources show that 75% of victims were convinced because the schemes had these professional-looking websites. They look polished. They look legit.
So they're targeting people who are maybe a bit more desperate.
Absolutely. The professional look is designed to lower your skepticism. They often prey on people facing real financial pressure, someone looking for a small side hustle to make ends meet. It exploits that urgency.
Which brings us back to the core takeaway for this whole deep dive, I think. If you download one of these apps, you are not playing to earn, you're playing to generate revenue for someone else.
And we should leave you with one last sort of provocative thought. These schemes are not just targeting adults. Cybersecurity firms documented 6.66 million cyber attacks that were aimed specifically at gamers under 18 in 2024 alone.
6.5 million.
And it's a 30% increase from the year before. It shows the scammers are getting more sophisticated, more targeted. They're going after more vulnerable, less skeptical people who are more likely to believe the promise. So, keep questioning everything you see online.